Simon, born in Weymouth, moved to Crewe, then to Sandbach, and then Derbyshire, Chesterfield to be precise. That's quite a journey.
Yeah. So, born in Weymouth, moved up to Crewe with my dad's job, and then moved to Sandbach where I spent all my teens, and then at 19 left for university in Sheffield. So I went to Hallam University when I was 19, and then when I finished uni, I had a decision to make. Do I move back home with the parents, or do I continue in Sheffield and get a job? I wasn't going home to live with my parents again, so yeah, managed to work for a company called Goals, which is a football complex, grassroots. Worked there for 17 years, and then literally 2 weeks ago we up sticks and relocated to Ewloe in Harden. My wife is originally from Mould, so we just had our second child, which is 6 months old. So the deal was, if we move closer to home, we'll get some babysitting. So in a couple of months, if they don't come through that deal, I'm moving back. But yeah, I'm now living in Wales.
Well, let's go back to your time with Goals.
Yeah.
I think most people, certainly football fans, have heard of Goals. What exactly was your role there?
So I was general manager for Goals. I was assistant manager for Sheffield for 7 years. Then got the opportunity to go and open up our newest site in Doncaster, so a brand new site from the pre-sales in a nice little port cabin on the car park. And I spent 5 years at the Doncaster club. And then I got the chance to move back to the Sheffield venue in 2019 when I had my first child, which saved on travel time, petrol expenses, that sort of thing. So general manager really. The facility management wise, which I've been brought in to do here, health and safety of the centre, the sales, the profit, everything to do with the centre, hiring staff. And then obviously we had 10 football pitches, so my main job was, if we didn't fill them pitches up, I wouldn't do a job properly. But then also working with our corporate clients on events and building links with the local community, disability groups, and the local football team, Sheffield United, Sheffield Wednesday. So very relatable to the role that we're brought in to do here now on both facilities and the commercial side. So yeah, hopefully in the next few months you'll see some new and exciting things coming.
And you saw a job advertised at the New Saints. Did that instantly hit you, or did you have to think about it for a while and then apply?
So I think with working for a company for 17 years, obviously the change, and did I want to stay in football? Did I want to do something new? I saw the advert for the New Saints, which I had to Google, which then I found out was TNS. I've seen TNS on the telly before and stuff like that, so yeah, quite excited me. The original role was for facilities and operations manager, which I had a telephone interview to begin with, and then I had two subsequent interviews after that, which were at the stadium, which I had to come to a game and experience the first TNS match coming with my father-in-law. So I think working in a professional environment excited me more. After working in grassroots, taking it to the next level, test myself in a more professional environment and see what actually has to be done behind the scenes in order to get the football on the pitch.
So there was certainly a procedure behind the scenes before you were finally offered the job.
Yeah. So initial phone interview, and then the second interview was I was invited to come to the Dundee match to present my matchday experience. So I came to the game with my father-in-law, made a short video of my journey from start to finish, from booking my ticket to arriving to the ground, atmosphere, entertainment. So I presented that to the board, and off the back of that I got a final interview, which was with the board members, and they really honed in on the commercial side of what I did in my current role. And obviously from the presentation that I made on my matchday experience, I alluded to certain areas commercially. So then obviously when the job offer came through, my job offer description had changed slightly to become facilities and commercial. So that was my journey from sitting in my bedroom in Chesterfield to now sitting in Parkhall Stadium.
And what did you know about Welsh football in general and the New Saints in particular prior to being offered the role?
So I'll be honest, I didn't know much about the Welsh Football Leagues and the structure of it. I'd heard of TNS from obviously BT Sport on the video printer and things like that. But I'll be honest, I didn't know much about the setup, the structure of the league. Obviously, I've been here now 3 weeks in now, and I've got a bit more knowledge of it, of how the league works, teams, places. Obviously, I'm new to Wales, so finding out where everywhere is in the league. I'm still using my sat nav to get to work at the minute from Harden. So I didn't have much prior knowledge, but I'm a football fan. So as soon as I saw the job, obviously I started Googling, looking at the history, how many leagues they've won. Obviously their record that they've got of 27 wins, things like that popped up. So did a bit of background knowledge on it. So yeah, not too much knowledge, but I'm getting there now.
And as you mentioned, you came to the Dundee game, the SPFL Trust Trophy. Not the result that we wanted, but coming in for the first time, did the quality of football surprise you perhaps? Yeah,
so obviously I wasn't aware when I first came of TNS being the only professional team in the league, coming up against Dundee in the Championship. Didn't really know what to expect. Went on to the TNS social media where they did like a match preview for both teams to get some background knowledge of it. But the game was a high standard. I was quite surprised of how good Dundee were, but I was also surprised of the quality of TNS as well. It was a tight first half, and then the second half Dundee came out and turned the screw a little bit. But yeah, no, I fully enjoyed the game, and I came to my second game the other night on the Friday night where we beat Aberystwyth 11-0. Completely different to the Dundee game, but yeah, I'll continue to come to more games.
And you are, as you say, just 3 weeks into the job, so still finding your feet in many ways. This is your workplace, the venue. What sort of plans, even general ones at this stage, do you have for the future?
I think from the facility point of view is obviously to have a look at what we actually want to do in the space that we've got. It's a very big building with 2 parts of it, so I have got some ideas of things we could do going forward, and also a bit of investment to try and bring it a bit more up to date and a bit more club friendly, and bring a bit of the football legacy into the clubhouse. So from the facility side, there's lots of work to do. I'm excited to get stuck in, and I'm slowly working through a job list of getting it up to speed.
And as well as the facilities manager, your remit also includes commercial. What sort of plans do you have there?
So I really want to bring what the club do off the pitch as well as on the pitch to life a bit more. So the great work the foundation do within the community week in, week out with their youth clubs, and the work with the children with disability. So really bringing to life what the club do on and off the pitch, and obviously building links within the community and local charities to do fundraising events both for the foundation and for local charities. So really building stronger connections with Oswestry Town, and obviously seeing what the football club can do more within the community, and also working closely with more charities and working with local businesses as well. Touching base with, obviously I'm new to the area, I'm still finding my feet, but pick up with local companies, look at match day sponsorships, things like that, so pitch advertising, but the main thing is building them connections and relationships, not just to go for one season but for future seasons ahead.
And in terms of the businesses, charities and organisations that you would like to work with, would that be predominantly local or further afield as well?
Oh no, definitely local. I've had a few meetings already with some local charities that seem keen to do some fundraising, one being the Movement Centre just at the hospital, who provide physiotherapy for children. They've gone fully funded now, so they need to obviously find some extra money to cover that. So I had a meeting yesterday with them for some fundraising ideas to help them raise some money. Maybe looking at some charity football games, things like that. So definitely keeping it local, and then go from there really.
Well, Simon, thank you so much for your time today. The insight not into only your own life, but also what you intend to achieve here at the New Saints, and a very warm welcome from all of us to Park Hall and the New Saints Football Club.
Thank you.